every uncontacted tribe that still exists, the Rook tribe. Flying all the way over to Vietnam, we have one of the most interesting and remote people we've discussed so far. The Rook people are a mysterious sub-ethnic group that were hidden deep in the Vietnamese jungle until some unfortunate circumstances literally blew their cover. The Rook people were so mysterious and lived in such a remote location that it wasn't until 1959 that they were even discovered by other Vietnamese people. That's right, the Rook people weren't discovered by colonists or by settlers in the 1950s. They were literally discovered by other Vietnamese people centuries, if not millennia, after their establishment. Similar to other tribes we've described in this video, the Rook people lived a simple hunter-gatherer lifestyle, although interestingly, they found themselves often living in the caves of the Vietnamese jungle, giving them a bit of a unique attribute. And interestingly, the name Rook in local dialect literally translates to cave people, obviously in reference to their lifestyle. Now, the unfortunate event that I referenced earlier was of course the Vietnam War. And during massive bombing raids that took place in Vietnam, the Rook people found themselves largely displaced. And with no other option, they began to start traveling, becoming more nomadic. And it was during their travels in 1959 when they came in contact with the Vietnamese military. The military were at first surprised and then later shocked when they had found out who they had just met. These naked people wandering the jungle were literally a tribe that had never before been seen or contacted. And following their initial experience meeting each other, Vietnamese officers did their best to try to persuade this indigenous group to try to abandon the caves that they originally settled, to move and settle in a valley where they could create communes in a less remote area. Over time, many Rook people did eventually transition their lifestyle into one that was more modern, although definitely not modern. However, over the past few decades, there has been a handful of conflicts between the Vietnamese government and the Rook people over the government trying to relocate these people. And according to the most recent figures we have as far as population, there is believed to be roughly 580 Rook people living in this commune that was established roughly 50 years ago. However, the number of Rook people still living in the jungles and caves of rural Vietnam are unknown and may remain that way forever.